am Battalion Chief Michael F. Riley. Good morning and welcome to the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire's 129th commencement exercise. Would everyone please stand? We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Detail, class, present.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order.
Please be seated, everyone. Recruits, take your seats. Honored guests, fellow firefighters, family and friends, I want to thank all of you for gathering here today. This truly is a wonderful occasion. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, we are being treated to the pipes and drums of the Pittsburgh Firefighters Memorial Pipe Band. Pipe Major Pete Sorgel here on my right, on my left. Additionally, Pittsburgh Firefighters Local Number 1's Honor Guard has distinguished our event with their presence, Color Sergeant John Sharp at my right. Before we begin in earnest, I would like to extend a very warm personal thanks to the Pittsburgh Theological Seminary for permitting us to hold these proceedings at this magnificent venue. We have with us today representatives of the Department of Human Resources and Civil Service, members of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Police and the Pittsburgh Bureau of Emergency Medical Services, other sister agencies, fire chiefs, fire officers, and firefighters from around the Commonwealth, around the nation, and what looks like to be around the world. Ms. Tracy Young-Brungard and Mr. Mark Wineland of the Pennsylvania State Fire Academy, the Pittsburgh Veteran Firefighters Organization, Mr. Denny Lyman, Ms. Peggy Bath, retired Deputy Chief John Gorley, the members of Pittsburgh Firefighters Local Number 1's Executive Board, John Gardell, Timothy Leach, Ed Farley, Ed Dursey, Ted Carey, Matt Bachner. A special guest, International Association of Firefighters Vice President, Mr. Andrew Pantelis. And if I missed anyone, I apologize. It's a little hard as people are walking in to catch everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a long tradition at our Academy of recognizing recruits who have excelled above the already exemplary standard that every recruit is expected to meet. So, in recognition of his effort toward academic achievement, I present firefighter recruit David J. Roberts this award. And now, in acknowledgement of his performance over 32 weeks of intensive CrossFit training, firefighter recruit Michael C. Chaffee, please come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege to introduce, representing the International Association of Firefighters, Local Number 1's President, Mr. Ralph Securo.
Good morning, everybody. I'm sure you're all here very excited for your loved one, your friends that are graduating today. To all of our new firefighters, congratulations on this great accomplishment. I want to thank our fire chief for his continued commitment to ensuring that our firefighters receive the highest level of training so that when our men and women get in the field, they can operate at the highest skill level possible and provide a first-class service to our citizens and visitors. To our staff and adjunct instructors, I thank you once again for preparing our newest firefighters to hit the field and deliver that first-class service. You have all received the best training there is to offer. You have developed the necessary skills to enter the field, but now you must hone those skills through experience. In my 22 years with the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, I've seen tremendous improvements in our training, equipment, and tactics. The fire service overall has evolved from simply putting wet stuff on the red stuff to the technical knowledge and skills that are needed today that far exceed our predecessors. Firefighters today are expected to respond to everything from fire alarms to structure fires, from medical emergencies to hazardous material situations, from swift water rescues to vehicle extrications. We must be prepared for whatever the call may be. We deliver a professional service not only to the citizens and visitors of Pittsburgh, but also to communities like Wilkinsburg and Ingram. And remember, firefighting is one of the few professions that still makes house calls. Now today, each of you will start your career as a firefighter. And if you want to make that career a long and productive, self-fulfilled career, you must follow a few words of advice: professionalism, passion, dedication, and pride. First, the word professional. There's no stranger that the fire service has tremendous professionals in there. And you all have been given the proper education to be a professional. But now it is up to you to become a professional in your career. In my career, I've been lucky to have worked with many excellent firefighting professionals. Their tutelage and passing of information has allowed me to develop several skills that are simple yet very valuable that I keep with me today. These values are always treat people the way you'd like to be treated. Always conduct yourself in a calm, intelligent manner. Always display a composed demeanor during an emergency situation. And always perform to your highest level of competence. Adhere to these and other common sense traits that you will learn during your career, and you will have a foundation for individual professionalism and respect from your peers. Second, you must become and remain passionate about your firefighting career. The dictionary defines passion as having great enthusiasm, powerful feelings, and desire. All these words can describe the way you should feel about and how you should embrace your newfound firefighting career. Stay true to your passion, and you will reap the rewards throughout your career. Third, dedication. Once you have developed the necessary passion to become an important part of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, you will need to dedicate yourself to a particular course of action. Early in my career, I dedicated myself to become a firefighter that others could rely on. Be consistent, always keep dedicated to your job, your fellow firefighters, and your goals you set for yourself. This attitude will allow you to achieve objectives you never felt you could accomplish and have a great career throughout your years of service. The last, but certainly not least, is pride. Have respect for your own dignity and worth, the achievements that you have gained, and the feeling of satisfaction of a quick knockdown at a house fire. These are all definitions of this quality. It is important that you develop and maintain pride in yourself, your company, your department, and the manner in which you carry yourself. You and you alone will set the tone for your future. Have pride in your work, your daily activities, and it will improve your attitude and work ethics in a firehouse. Be proud of your accomplishments to this point and set a path for the rest of your career. Be professional in your job, passionate about your career, dedicated to learning, prideful of your accomplishments. Remember, whatever goals you seek to achieve are here for the taking. Start reaching them when you leave this building today. Now, over the next few days, you will all be reporting to your new stations, and I want to offer one last piece of advice that I feel is very important. You were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen twice as hard as you speak. Congratulations again, and be safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, Darrell E. Jones.
Thank you, Chief Rowley. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for supporting the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. I'm not going to take much of your time. After 32 weeks, I'm quite sure these gentlemen have some other things on their mind they would like to get accomplished today. This is a very exciting day. Anytime there are additions to the family is a time for excitement. We are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of these recruits. You should be proud. Every class coming out of the Fire Bureau's Academy is special. However, this one is unique. This class, more than any other, exhibited the intestinal fortitude, the resiliency, and the can-do attitude that is the fabric of the culture of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see before you today is the embodiment of the values held by the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. We value safety, we value excellence, we value professionalism, we value integrity, we value honor, we value courage, we value ethics, and most importantly, we value life. The American Fire Service is changing. Gone are the days when all that was required was a set of leather lungs and iron guts. The challenges we face were unveiled to us on September 11, 2001, again with the bombings in Boston in April of 2013, and as recently as last year at the Tree of Life here in Pittsburgh. We also are facing additional changes as we move into an all-hazard service. The Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire must be prepared to respond to these current challenges. These recruits endure 32 weeks of intense training. The Fire Bureau was severely criticized for the length of the program. However, the results are impeccable. I dare say these recruits are the best trained, most physically fit, and most street-ready to ever emerge from any fire academy in the country. We are very proud of that fact. To the families, did you guys happen to notice anything different over the last 32 weeks? Perhaps someone wasn't going out, hanging out as much. Maybe someone was studying a little bit more, actually picked up a book other than to move it out of the way. I don't know, maybe they were a little more concerned about their diet. No? Maybe something like that happened. A little less Cheetos, less McDonald's. It started to exhibit a higher level of confidence, holds a deeper sense of pride. This is what we call swag. Your loved ones are now members of an elite organization. The Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire leads the nation and in some aspects the world in accomplishment, skills, and service. However, there's a price to be the best. That price is sacrifice. There will be family gatherings and special occasions that they will not attend. Holidays, birthdays, special family events will be missed. You will wake up in the morning, turn on the news, and see reports of a horrific and tragic incident. You will wonder if your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, your brother, or your sister was there. The answer will be yes. Nevertheless, do not worry. They will not be there alone. They will have over 600 of their brothers and sisters right there with them. They will stand with them side by side, back to back, supporting them, encouraging them, and keeping them safe. To my graduates, earlier I talked about our values. Here are a couple of things we do not value. We do not value mediocrity. We do not value complacency. We do not value intolerance. I am not saying that you will not find these within the Bureau. However, if you come across any of these, it is your job to eliminate. When you have taken this oath today, you will become leaders. You will not have rank, but you will still lead. You will lead by example. Do you remember your first day here when I talked to you? Do you remember me stating that 100% was not enough to succeed at the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire? I challenged you on that day, and I'm proud to say that you have met the challenge. Your sleeves are no longer slick. You now carry the symbol of excellence in the fire service on your left sleeve. You have a responsibility to support the values represented by that shield. Remember what it stands for. Remember who and what it represents. Remember those who have come before you and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for it. Those who gave all. Please don't let them down. You are now part of something very, very special. In closing, I want each of you to enjoy your weekend. I want you to celebrate responsibly. The operative word is responsibly. As President Sakura says, you're going to be going to your stations next week. If I am the first person you see on Monday morning, there is a problem. Okay, just make sure that don't happen. It's okay to walk with the swagger now. You are, or soon will be once you take the oath, Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire firefighters. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recruits will now be issued their graduation certificate and badge. Recruits, on your feet.
Zachary Barnes. Michael Bola. Michael Chaffee. Brandon Chapman, second generation firefighter. Christopher Clark, third generation firefighter. Brandon Davis. Tony DiCarlo. Adam DeLuca, second generation firefighter. Dominic DeLuca, second generation firefighter. Joseph DeWollet, second generation firefighter. Nicola Fava. Joshua Farelli. Jonathan Furda. Troy Fuller. Colin Geffert, second generation firefighter. Jonathan Hamburger. Michael Holmza, second generation firefighter. Emmett Luketic. Robert Leidick. Mark Myers. Robert Mods Oleski. Pharaoh Moore. Thomas Ortlieb. Brendan Ray. Johnny Richards. David Roberts. Wyatt Scholler. Ryan Sipple. Gabriel Tillman. Nicholas Kochek. Ryan Walker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at what is the fundamental segment of these commencement proceedings, the administration of oath. The honor, privilege of administering the recruits their oath today belongs to the Director of the City of Pittsburgh's Department of Public Safety, Mr. Wendell Hisrick.
Thanks, Chief. You'll wait a few more minutes, right, until I say a few words? Is that okay? I know you're in a hurry, but when I get to page 5, that's where you guys come in. Good morning and welcome. I often comment at graduation ceremonies that events like these are the highlights of my job, because it's all hope and good news, and there's nothing negative. Graduation ceremonies are a celebration. Not only a celebration of what you've achieved, but a celebration of what is to come. 32 weeks ago, you began that journey. During that journey, you pushed yourselves mentally and physically and gave all that you had to give. You overcame incredible personal hardships, some more than others. You battled through everything at the academy, and life had to throw at you. And now you are here today. That part of the journey is over. 32 weeks ago, you were wide-eyed recruits. Today, in a few minutes, you'll be firefighters. Which means the next part of your journey is only just beginning. Before we continue, I think it is important to note that recruit class 12919 is special. All classes are unique, but you're special because you were taught by a Pittsburgh legend. Captain James Petruzzi, or Captain Pete, as he's more commonly known. The Pittsburgh Fire has 666 firefighters, and while I don't know exactly how many of them were trained by Captain Pete, I do know that finding one who did not learn under Captain Pete is no easy task. Captain Petruzzi and I have a history. We served together as city medics in the 80s before I left for the FBI and he moved to the Fire Bureau. The captain, as well as several other medics, including the late Tom Ford, left to become firefighters. Their compassion for Pittsburgh residents and visitors continued while they began a new journey in a career that they enjoyed. I learned from Captain Petruzzi, as I'm sure each and every one of you have, while having some laughs. Now, Captain Pete's journey with the Pittsburgh Fire Bureau is coming to an end. This summer, he's retiring. That means you, Class 12919, are his last recruits. Wear that honor proudly. Not only were you taught by the best, but being the last class, he will never forget you. As for the captain, I want to personally thank him for not only things that I learned, but things that he has taught not only Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, but EMS. Your contributions will not be forgotten. Your journey will continue elsewhere, but your impact on this class, this bureau, and this city will endure. Next, I want to talk to the families of the recruits. Everyone speaking here today always makes a point to thank you, and there's a reason why. Because your contributions should never be overlooked. Thank you for sharing your loved ones with the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you for understanding when they get called away on birthdays, holidays, and other special occasions so that they can help strangers and save lives. Thank you for lifting them emotionally when they come home after difficult days, and there will be difficult days. And when you choose this path, there will be difficult days. In short, thank you for your sacrifice. Public safety cannot achieve its mission without these firefighters, and they cannot do their part without your love and support. Finally, to the recruit class 12919, be safe, represent the city well, and never stop learning. And welcome to the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire and the public safety family. Chief?
Recruits, stand to be sworn. Raise your right hand.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
The Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
The laws and ordinances of the City of Pittsburgh.
The laws and ordinances of the City of Pittsburgh.
And obey all orders issued by my superior officers.
And obey all orders issued by my superior officers.
And all the laws and regulations pertaining to.
And all the laws and regulations pertaining to.
And governing the Department of Public Safety.
And governing the Department of Public Safety.
Bureau of Fire.
Bureau of Fire.
And that as a firefighter.
And that as a firefighter.
I will well and faithfully discharge.
I will well and faithfully discharge.
And perform all the duties of my office.
And perform all the duties of my office.
According to the best of my knowledge and ability.
According to the best of my knowledge and ability.
Congratulations, firefighters.
Probationary firefighters, turn around and face your family and friends. Family and friends, I think I want to hear some more applause. That was a little weak. Ladies and gentlemen, the chaplain of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, our own Father Mike Stumpf.
Knowing I'm the last one that stands between celebration this weekend and concluding these ceremonies, I get the privilege of offering invocation and blessing, which I'll invite you to join in just a few moments, but I also get the privilege of being a storyteller. The story is not mine. The story is a story actually from the book of the prophet Daniel, the Hebrew or Jewish scriptures. In the book of the prophet Daniel, there's a king named Nebuchadnezzar. And he is actually the king of Babylon, and the people, the Jewish people, have been exiled to Babylon and have been there with many other peoples, languages, ethnicities in Babylonian exile. And the king Nebuchadnezzar builds a golden idol, and at the sound of music, at the sound of trumpet and harp, everybody is supposed to turn and worship that idol. But there are many of the Jewish race who will not do that. And particularly, there's 3 young men who are part of the king's actually responsibility. He's giving them responsibility over many things and attributes of his own kingdom. Their names are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 are brought before the king because they will not adore the idol. Now, everyone who did not adore that idol was to be thrown into a white, hot furnace and burnt. Because these are of the king's staff, he has them heat the furnace 7 times hotter than even the white-hot furnace that it always is. And he throws these 3 men into the white-hot furnace to be burnt and bound and burnt. But in the story, although the furnace has been heated 7 times beyond normal, they pass through it unscathed, unburnt, not a hair singed. And as the king looks into the white-hot furnace, he sees them walking amidst the flames, and he also sees one that he describes as like the Son of Man walking with them. The moral of the story for us, the new recruits, the new firefighters, and those of the Fire Bureau, is who walks with you? Fellow firefighters, you never go into a fire alone. There's always your sisters and brothers with you who are there walking with you. You always have your family, your friends, your loved ones who walk with you. And hopefully you always have someone, something that you call upon as a higher power, a power of love, a power of grace, a power of strength and courage that walks with you amidst the flames.
Thank you, Father. Ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes today's graduation ceremony. Would everyone please stand for the retirement of the colors and final review of Pittsburgh Firefighter Class 12919.